Jill's getting an early start today. Dust's just slowly drifting off. It's already hazy out there. It's gonna be a fantastic day of wind. Morning. Welcome to Thursday. We've got a lot we need to get done today. We've got hay that needs baled, potentially weeds that needs baled, a little bit of chopping, just that cleanup work I've been talking about, a little bit of tillage work, and some wheat planting. All today. Because we got a chance of rain starting tomorrow evening, and then all through the weekend. And once again, they're getting our hopes up because they're saying it could be a big rain. I really hope they're right. Look at that pretty wheat coming up. Oh man, I hope it survives. We got a pretty good stand. First field up. The humidity says it's time to bale, but I know this time of year can be very tricky. It's crunchy. Let's grab a baler, see what happens. So this is one of them fields this time of year you have to look at it and go, is it worth cutting? I mean, as you can see right here, yeah, there's some, well, you can't see anything out my windows. There was some decent windrows back there, and then it kind of disappears. So, a lot of fields like this, because there's some decent areas and there's enough growth, you want to go ahead and clip it, and then ideally for us, we like to clip it and then get it irrigated and try and get it regrowing before everything freezes and quits for the year. Just try and get a little new growth on it, but not have a bunch of growth, because one, that's potential revenue you left out there to just die. But two, because then when we come back in the spring with a harrow or a float or something, if there's much hay out here, those don't work well, especially the float. I learned in college, they say you want like 6 inches of growth. So, you know, like yay, before the freeze, to extend the longevity of your alfalfa stand. And I'm sure in ideal conditions that's what you'd want, but drought is killing our alfalfa stands early. I mean, we're lucky right now if we keep a hayfield for 6 years. Used to be whenever we were much wetter annually, you could keep alfalfa for 15 years before it started to die off. So it's one of those things. And then see, now as we come around, we're getting into better hay again. But it's going to be real hit and miss. But we've got 30 acres here, and then we've got a 10 acre and a 20 acre flood patch to wipe out as well. They're quite a bit better. And then that'll be all the alfalfa that is cut as of now off the ground. We've got, I don't know, 200 acres or so still to go. But with the way the irrigation timing was lining up and this potential storm this weekend, we had quit cutting, waited for the irrigation to go through, started recutting, and then they started talking about this moisture, and a lot of the fields we needed to cut we had just irrigated, so we had to kind of sit and wait. Right now I'm kind of glad we did. That's a lot better. Already made as many bales off of this field, actually more, because I've even got one. The 30 acres made 2 bales. We're already up to 4 bales here. Quite a bit better. 2 bales on the last field, you figure about $200 a bale, give or take. That covered the cost of the equipment, the fuel, and the manpower. That was kind of a break even at best. Maybe even a bit of a loss. But it's cleaned up, looks better, works better for the way we need to do things throughout the winter and into next spring. The alfalfa's all baled. Just helped Aaron get my pickup hooked up to the seed tender because we need more seed wheat. Let's go see what the weeds are like. Hopefully they're dry, because if not, we're gonna have a mess this afternoon, because I think Glenn's got a lot of it rigged. And fluffy weeds plus gusts over 40, That'll make a mess fast. Well, this is fun. There's gonna be a handful of bales out here, not very many, because it's just fluff. Now, is this high quality? No. Went through this a couple weeks ago whenever I was baling weeds before. It's such a small part of our ration. It doesn't have to be high quality because this is going to be the filler. And we need the weeds gone to clean up the field. It'd be nice to plant wheat in here later today. Come in, just no-tilling some wheat, pray for rain. So the weeds needed to be gone. We might as well put them in a bale and make the use out of them. There's what I mean when I said earlier, these could make a mess. So that ditch right there comes through them trees, right over to here, right over to that corner there, and that's where the water goes in the pipeline down to the pond. Poor Glenn, because this is his farm over here that he irrigates, had to keep coming out last night, pitchforking weeds out because it kept plugging up the ditch and overflowing everywhere. Some of those were these weeds. Some of them are just weeds from everywhere blowing in because it's the time of year where everything's kind of dead. So you get a good wind and a lot of weeds will just break and start rolling. Hence the term tumbleweed. But that's why we need to get this cleaned up. Nice part is though, the field will be good and clean. Cameron can just come right over with the drill later today and get the wheat planted. Today's the day, guys. Silage should all get wrapped up today, and it's going to be done by chopper number 2. That's right. Chopper number 2 is alive. Bart and Glenn finally got time to finish it up. So right now, Glenn and Blanca are just cleaning up some second cutting sorghum. So Blanca and I clipped that whole bottom edge here a couple weeks ago, and then it tried to regrow. So they're cleaning that up so that way that can be planted. And then they got to go to another field. There will be like 2 loads there, and then we're out of stuff to chop. So Bart's got the VT going. I wish we could make it less aggressive. I like this right here where it's chopping that up. I don't like how much bare dirt there is though. That's turned all the way down, it looked like. Anywho, so I was gonna run that, but Bart beat me to it. So now I'm gonna head to the shop and make sure everyone else kind of going in different directions. Have a couple of them start picking up bales, Cameron keep planting, a couple of them keep chopping. Round and round we go. In other news, our heavy wind has hit. You can see the dust just hanging in the air. This is why we desperately need this rain this weekend to come through, because this is hard not only on the animals out there, but on the humans too. I guarantee my voice and my kids' voices, because they both have bad allergies, will be pretty brutal in about 2 days from all this dirt. You can taste it. I wasn't here for it, but with that field being cleaned out, all 2.5 loads, silage 2024 is done. That's a hell of a front moving in, huh? Well, guys, with the weather kind of going to complete crap, it threw a wrench in all my plans for the day, and the fact that I want to be in a pickup just kind of running around doing some paperwork things. Didn't wind up doing all the stuff I thought I would for why I brought the camera, but we got all that hay baled. We got most of the weeds baled. We'll get the rest in the morning. Cameron got a crap ton of planting done. Wound up not needing to run the VT near as much as I thought. Silage is finished, and the cattle are surviving. God, I hate days like this. But they're looking good. A little bit of rain this weekend turned things around for them immensely. I'll catch you guys in the next one.